Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid, just going over to XRP, big up the CoinsKid crew. So right now, we're looking for a breakdown in the DXY, which would be amazing if we get the def cross. That's the most bullish thing we can see. Okay, on the weekly time frame on the DXY, if we get a 20 and a 55 def cross, yellow line crossing the red line, get it into your charts, boom, you're off. Okay, buy and go to the beach, because at that point, we're looking really tasty for an impulsive move for the crypto space right here. So under the zero line on the MACD, a guy called Alessio Ristani has spotted a beautiful signal on the MACD on the zero line where we get a golden cross, okay, on the MACD under the zero line, sorry, on the 2 week time frame. So credit to Alessio Ristani. Just down here, last month we printed it. Okay, with this big pump that we experienced in this month, if we can maintain that level of support for Bitcoin going forward, I would feel more confident about XRP doing the same. There is something that's very similar going on with XRP. I'm going to go through this with you in a minute. I've gone through this with you before, but I just want to remind you, because there is a potential setup that I'm looking at for XRP where we might see a bit bullish impulse with all these, really nice signals that we're seeing in the charts. But obviously what we need to see is the follow through in Bitcoin. We need to see the DXY def cross on the weekly time frame as well. So we take a look at this particular signal. Golden cross under the zero line just occurred. Usually that indicates a big pump. It is a bit of a lagging indicator, is the MACD. Just there we've got another golden cross, bottom of the bear 2018, see you later. And then just there as well 2015 under the zero line. Okay, under this red line, under the zero line, that's the data point. Okay, golden cross, massive impulsive move. So have we got the golden cross? At the foot of the floor, everyone's depressed, expecting 14k, 12k, 10k, everything like that. And XRP tumbling and things like that. Even me, I was looking at XRP thinking it's going to go to 20 cents, 18 cents. Obviously anything's possible in this space, please remember that. But we're getting signals in the charts that historical data has shown us are quite bullish, that we can't ignore, okay? But we need to see the follow through. So yeah, credit to Alessio Ristani. He spotted this beautiful signal on the 2 week time frame on the MACD for Bitcoin. So let's dive into the XRP chart right now and see what we can see, okay? So looking at XRP on the weekly, I'm going to zoom in a minute because there is a potential trade setup, some kind of, we've got the W double bottom pattern here on the weekly, the close above the 10, which is technically quite bullish, and we see the follow through, amazing. So there's something that's happening here, some kind of break, whether or not we lose support and start to roll. I think there's something happening here. Like I said to you, get really close to the apex. I've always said around about January, February, March 2023, there's some kind of reaction that's going to happen down here in the apex. We've got the DXY, which is in the floor. If it comes up to the resistance of the weekly EMAs and rolls again, I think that this is where this could break. Okay, and obviously equally, if we see the DXY hold that support and start to come up and close out above the EMAs, then we're going to negate the def cross. We're going to negate this potential impulsive break here for XRP, and we will be looking at that breakdown. I've already gone through this scenario with you, but I'm just trying to find anything else in the charts here. And if you remember here, this low was something that was anticipating because of this. Okay, let's take a look at the Gaussian channel right now. So if you remember, as I said to you, we've got the 10 EMA piercing the bottom of the Gaussian channel just there with a corona dump. Look at that. And that was a massive opportunity. And I went through this with you before where, we got this beautiful impulsive move into the EMAs, came back, made it a high low, and then we broke to the top of the Gaussian before consolidating in the middle and then moving up the stairs in that big impulsive move. So that was a beautiful bottom that was formed. And then the indicator right there was the piercing of the 10 EMA on the Gaussian. Look at that, okay? So it pierced it, started to come back up, and we broke out. So look at this bottom here that we put in. This 10 EMA was right on the bottom. We rallied into the EMAs right there, the resistance, and then we've come back down. And theoretically, we could be like we were there, making this high low, and we get compression. When you can see we're getting rejected off the bottom of the Gaussian as well, which is pretty much what we did there on the EMAs as well, getting rejected, came back down, made the high low before getting back inside the Gaussian. So at this point, if we start to see XRP rally and starts to come up like it did here and get inside this Gaussian and the EMAs obviously on the weekly time frame, then I think that could be a confirmation, a very strong confirmation that what we've done is pretty much what we did here. This W double bottom pattern, getting into the Gaussian before the massive break and impulsive move up there for Bitcoin, okay, which met all the targets on the way up. That was an amazing opportunity for my family and friends at the time and myself, but I wasn't making videos for you guys, unfortunately, okay? So there was a possibility, and I've gone through this with you before, we've got this rinse repeat scenario, W double bottom pattern down there, and we've got a very strong W double bottom pattern down here as well. So if we get the follow through and we start to get the break back inside of this Gaussian here, okay, I think we've got a bottom and we've got an impulsive move. This is what I'm trying to say to you. That could just mirror this impulsive move, okay? So let's, for a thought experiment, just look at that impulsive move. This is potentially some kind of 1. This is a wave 2. And like I've always said to you, the most powerful wave in a move, you know, impulsive off the lows is wave 3. So in my opinion, you know, your wave 3 theoretically should be more powerful than that wave 1. But let's just measure this as a thought experiment as to where this potentially could go right now if we are bullish off the June lows last year, okay? So again, I'll remind you, the 10 EMA piercing the lower channel of the Gaussian was the bottom just there at the Corona dump, and it was, at the minute anyway, the bottom last year. So we've got a very strong signal, and that's an indicator I had my eye on for a very long time. You know, it's a bit of confluence of the potential bottom right there. But I want to see the follow through, okay? I'm really excited for everybody, myself included, that if we can get the break here and start to turn this into support, you know, the Gaussian, get inside, obviously you're going to move up and down in waves, like I've always said to you. You're going to find resistance. You did here, okay? You got the breakout into the top of the Gaussian, came back for support. Potentially, if we get a massive break here into the top of the Gaussian, you could see how it starts to come down, get resistance, start to come down and carve out some kind of structural bottom before takeoff. But this break here, this is absolutely key, you know, that we see this, because this for me would begin to say, okay, well, we have potentially bottomed. So as a thought experiment, let's sort of measure this move off the low here all the way to the high. That was at 100, that was 1,883% move for XRP, right? So let's say, okay, we're looking at a minimal 1,800% move for XRP off the June lows last year. Okay, let's take a look at this. I'm going to measure this. So this would be the minimal target. If this is the low, and here's a big if as well, we will be looking at 1,800, sorry, getting a bit ahead of myself saying 18,000. What was it, 1,800 and something? So that would be, you know, a minimal move, a wave 1, which is always, you know, not necessarily the most smallest, but it's never the longest, okay? Wave 3 is usually the longest. It's never the shortest, basically. So if we are putting in a wave 3 right now, and all we've done is had this beautiful 1, and right now we're looking at the 2 being complete. We're seeing a lot of confluence in other charts potentially, you know, and we're looking for a bullish setup, and we're not going to break down. We're holding the golden ratio and the fib retracement, and we do coil up and we get back above this Gaussian and we start to take it all out. We will be looking at a minimal third wave right here of around about 1,886% off these lows. But I do have a target up there. I've got a target of at least $6.55, haven't I? You know, with potential wave 4 correction back down to the wave 1 high before the blow off top wave 5, something like that, and a big upside. So if we drop the fibs on from this low here, I can tell you the minimal target that I'm looking at for Bitcoin, for XRP, sorry, is the $6.50, that sort of area. Okay, so if this runs and, you know, qualifies as a bigger wave than wave 1, then this has the power just there to get to that particular target. So, you know, going forward, all I'm looking for here for XRP is to hold this low, like I said to you, get the break here, start to take out the Gaussian channel, get back inside the lower channel here after this blue line piercing the bottom of the Gaussian channel. Once we see it get back inside, for me, you're confirming your bottom. And this is how close it is, because the Gaussian is right there on this white line. Okay, and if we start to break here, take it out, I think you're an impulsive move to $6 plus for XRP. So yeah, that's basically XRP. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Back soon with another update on XRP. Bye bye.